Welcome to the channel, guys, and as you can see behind me, I have the Ram here with the grill off, which I guess that might be a little hard to see, but grill is off and obviously the top cover and everything is off. And reason behind that is if we walk back here, you see in the intro the parts box, and if you follow me on Instagram, you obviously seen I had a parts box for the truck, even though I said that it was going to be on hold for now. Obviously we have something that's going to be happening, and I have everything laid out back here, and as you can see, obviously 2 light bars. Now before I even get into that, I want to take a jump back to the Cobalt, and with that being said, I ordered one of probably the biggest component of this build, of the Cobalt build. I just ordered that tonight, so not sure exactly when that's going to be that I'm going to get it, but it is on order, so that will be an update for that. Once that comes, I'll make a video on that and everything. But as of right now, we're going to do another update, or I don't even know what part this is going to be on the build series of the truck, but that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Going to be tackling this, putting these in. These are, I believe, 24-inch. Well, that's what they're considered with the brackets on there. These are like 22-inch light bars, I guess is what they are. And my plan with this is I would like to put them in where my main grill is up here. I need to get a light for this. That's horrible. All right, that's slightly better, maybe not. So basically, that's better. My plan here is I want to put two of the light bars, obviously, in my main grill. As if you've seen in one of the last videos on the truck, I did put one, you can kind of see it there, in the bumper grill. So, which is fine. The only thing that I do notice with it is, like, when you're driving at night, it's not that it's angled down so much that it's so low compared to where I'm sitting in the truck, that it's not that I can't see it, I can, it's just, you might as well go big or go home and have more lights. So that's where we're at with this. I'm gonna put in 2 more lights. That is the plan. I didn't test fit anything as of right now, so gonna jump right into it and everything, get the lights mounted onto the brackets and everything. And obviously, like I said, if you watch that video, I didn't use the brackets for that. This one I'm going to attempt to use the brackets that come with the lights. And like I said, these are 22-inch, 24 with the brackets, whatever you want to call them, but the light bar itself is 22 inches. I really wanted to go with the same as that, which that is a 30, I don't even remember, 30, I'm not sure. I wanted to go with the same up here, but with the windshield washer and the coolant reservoirs, it just wouldn't fit between the two, so it was kind of a bummer about that. But either way, I got basically the biggest I could that will fit in there, which is a 22 inch. I could have gone with a little bit more, but I couldn't find any LED light bars that are made that big. So we'll get these put together and get up there and try and test fit them, see how they have to go, get them mounted, get them wired, and test them out. All right, so we got the first one mounted in here, and basically what I ended up doing, you can kind of see right there, these are basically just a self-tapper screw, I guess is what you want to call it. 3/8, maybe about like that long, an inch long or whatever. Drilled straight down through the frame rail, and that is what held them. Now obviously I don't have the light or anything tight yet. Got to get the other one mounted up here, and then I'll be able to wire them up and everything and tighten them up as far as the angle that I want them at and everything. Now right now they are not touching the condensing coil here, so that was one of my big concerns, was that it was going to rub against that and maybe cause a hole for that. So that's not going on, so that is a plus. That's a good thing. So we'll just get the top one mounted and wire them up, get the angle set, flip them on, and see what it looks like. Well, there we got both of them mounted, and I did the same thing for the top, just the, can't really even see that, but like I said, on the bottom ones, I did a self-tapper screw and screwed directly onto the frame rail, and I did the same thing on the top. So now basically, we're just gonna have to wire these in, and they did send me, I have an option that I can do basically it's a wiring harness that they sent me, which is this big cluster of crap, and it has a little switch. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wire them directly into everything else with my fog lights, because I don't really, I was considering doing different switching options and everything like that, but for this I don't really think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna put them directly in with the other light bar and the fog lights and this and that stuff. So just gonna wire them in like I did everything else and all the other install videos of that. You got your hot leg, positive and a negative basically. So 2 wires that we're gonna have to run, and we'll tie those directly into the other fog lights, test them out, see if they work. Hopefully they do work, and put everything back together, and then we're golden. We are ready to go. We're ready to see some zombies in the dark, or whatever we're gonna do. Who knows? Anything. It'd be adventurous. Either way, we're gonna have more lights, so hopefully everything works out, and I guess we're about to find out. All right, so now that we got everything wired up and ready to go, I guess it's the big time for the moment of truth to see if I did everything correctly and they turn on. So let's give it a try here. And it looks like they turned on. Fogs are on. And yeah. And they're incredibly bright, as you can see. So just got to patch a few things up, tape some wires, zip tie some stuff like that. It's basically the same principle as all the other install videos that I did, just like the fog lights, just like that light bar there, same thing. You just got a positive and a negative, wire them together. Basically in my scenario here, these are all wired into the same thing. I mean, they're not all in one big cluster of wires. They're kind of wired in separately, but they're on the same switch. So everything will come on for me all at the same time, which is kind of what I was hoping for and what I was shooting for. And I did all my connections, everything I had to do. I had to do 2 connections up here, which was just from the lights, but all my other connections are in the bumper, basically down in here where I did the fog light connections, and I'm gonna shove them back in the fog light housing once I have everything taped up and sealed. So once I get everything back together, then hopefully it still works. Now, one thing I do want to mention before I go any further with this, and I'm not exactly sure which harness it was, but I did get harnesses sent with these to plug directly into the factory fog lights, and I was getting a little bit of a, I don't want to say a short, but it was basically wasn't making 100% contact every time, and it was doing it in both sides. So I tried different plugs, because I did actually have another set of plugs that I got with the headlights that did work and plug in, and it was kind of the same thing. So I ended up just wiring everything in direct, so there's no plugs. But it's not before you go and say, oh, you wired it in direct, now you can't take it apart. It's still simple for me to take it apart if I decide to do something different with the fog lights. It's really not a big deal for me, so that's why I did it that way. Otherwise I would have searched for an alternative, but it wasn't really a big deal for me to do it that way, so that's why I did it that way. I'm not telling anybody else to go do that way. This is just how I did it. And reason being, it's just I feel more confident having something wired direct than I do with a plug that might not make contact all the time. So that's why I did that, and there's no other problems now as far as it making contact one time and then not making contact the other time. Right, so the grill and everything is back on, and there you can kind of see them behind there. And I have seen some other trucks with those back there, but the main reason that I decided to go with them back there, I'm just a huge fan of like the stealth kind of clean look, especially with light bars. I'm really not a fan. Like if I were to put one up on the roof, to me that just looks out of place. I mean, don't get me wrong, these didn't come that way from factory, but it looks a lot cleaner rather than a big light bar just sticking straight out of there. Or I've seen people mount them right on their bumpers. That to me just isn't clean. It's just kind of randomly, boom, there's a light bar randomly mounted to the bumper. So that's why I did it this way. It's kind of kind of going along with the stealth look of the bumper. I just kind of have them recessed behind the grill. So kind of out of sight, out of mind, but not really, because you still will be able to see them. It's just they're not just sticking out in some random stupid place. So either way, I ran the wires right down along the back there and just down into the bumper, tied into this side of the fog lights, and then with both of those, because then I have that one tied into the other side. So basically, like I said, the install is really easy and everything. I just ran into a little problem with the plugs being stupid and not making contact, and then my lights would go out. So till I figured that out, that took a little bit of time. But as far as mounting them, like I said, I used those screws in there and everything. The self-tapping screws is what I used. Drilled it right fast to the frame rails, and that was really quick and easy too. So not a whole lot involved in doing it. It's pretty simple. So if you didn't watch any of the other videos on any of the lights or anything with me going over that, be sure to check that out, because I didn't go into a huge install kind of in-depth video with this one, just for the simple fact that I've made like 2 or 3 before. So not going to just keep being repetitive and repeat myself. So if you didn't check out some of those other videos, because I did go over a little bit more in depth with those. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to check out some of the other ones. And as I said in the beginning, ordered one of the larger components for the Cobalt. So that should be on its way very soon, and I'll get that build started. So another job complete with the Ram, and there's definitely more to come. So definitely stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, be sure to leave them below. Have a great day.